Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.
Hello, early learners. It's me, Mrs. Read-Wright, welcoming you back to the art room. Remember, the art room is a place where we look at art, we talk about art, and we create art, and we also meet famous artists. I wanted to say a 1, 2, 3, say hi to me. Ready? Remember how we say my name, Mrs. Read-Wright? Ready? 1, 2, 3, say hi to me. Hi, Mrs. Read-Wright. Hello, Mrs. Read-Wright. How'd you do, Mrs. Read-Wright? And I wanted to say 1, 2, say hi to you. And today I want you just to call out your name. Ready? 1, 2, say hi to you. Oh, hello. So glad everyone's back today. Today, we're going to pick up with a new artist because on Friday, we finished up with Henri Matisse and his cut paper. Remember the last thing we made was the swimmer? But today, it is Mystery Monday. And remember on Mystery Monday, where we look inside the suitcase and we take out 3 things. We know that 2 of them are go together, and then 1 does not belong. Let's see what it is. It has something to do with our new artist for the week. Let me open my suitcase. The first thing is this. Look at it. Do you know what it's a shape of? It's a hummingbird. It's a hummingbird, and it's made up of different pieces of glass. And it's all surrounded by molten metal. A glass artist made this. It has dark green, light green, and red pieces of glass. Let's set this aside and get out the next thing. What is this? It is an onion. It is a red onion with green top. It isn't real. It is a paper mache onion. I bought it at a store because I knew I could use it all week long and it wouldn't get rotten. It's made of paper glued onto a round shape, and these are just pieces of folded paper, and glue is put on the outside, and once it's dried, it was painted to look like a real onion. Let me set it aside because we have 1 thing, 2 things, we need 3 things. Let me get out the next one, and it is noisy. Get ready. Do you hear that? Have you ever heard that before? Let me show you what's making that noise. It is a wind chime, and a wind chime makes this sound when the wind blows the pieces that are hanging below, and it makes that kind of music. This used to be a plate I owned. I took it to a glass artist, and they put metal around the edges and melted metal and made it fancy. You know how I like fancy. They tied fishing line to little pieces of glass. Let me hold these so they don't make a lot more noise. I'm going to set all 3 things on top of the suitcase, and we're going to try and figure out which 2 go together and which does not belong. Let me put this glass wind chime on the suitcase. Let's get the paper mache onion, and let's get the glass hummingbird. Set them all there. Now, which 2 go together? Well, we could look and think, well, these two things go outside, but that's not the best combination. These two are made of glass, the wind chime and the hummingbird, and those are the two that go together. One of these things is not like the others. Let me put the two glass things together and move the onion over here, and we'll say, one of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong. One of these things, can you tell why it doesn't belong? It's not made of glass. The artist that we're meeting today is Giuseppe Arcimboldo. He was born in Italy 500 years ago. Do you think he's still living? No, he is not. He's older than Matisse. He's older than Cézanne. He was alive when there weren't even any cameras. No cameras. There are no photographs of him. You won't see one up here because no one took a picture of him because a camera was made much longer after he was born. Arcimboldo is a funny artist because in the time when he was living with his parents, and his father was a painter. And he thought, well, I'll be a painter too because I've learned from my father. And he moved to a place called Austria because there was a ruler there who had heard about him and wanted him to paint a portrait of him. And he wanted portraits that would remind him of the seasons, winter, spring, summer, and fall. And Arcimboldo moved there and he began to paint. But then he had an idea to make people out of fruits and vegetables. Now, other painters thought he was making fun of them, and they didn't think it was funny at all, but he thought it was funny for himself. He wasn't making fun of anyone. He just thought, I could make someone out of fruits and vegetables. And we'll be looking at those prints later in the week. But let's learn the song about him. Giuseppe Arcimboldo. Giuseppe Arcimboldo lived 500 years ago. He made faces out of produce. Now, produce is fruits and vegetables, and he even used kinds of herbs and grasses. And I said he used fruits and vegetables that you know. So listen to the song. It goes like this. It's a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's a waltz kind of rhythm. It goes like this. Giuseppe Arcimboldo lived 500 years ago, made faces out of produce, fruits and veggies that you know. Now, what we're going to be doing with Arcimboldo is we're going to be using all kinds of fruits and vegetables. And on Friday, I reminded you to get some magazines. Now, let me show you. These magazines can be used to cut out pictures. I could cut this peach out. There are lots of fruits and vegetables in magazines. I ripped out the pages and cut around them and saved them. So tonight, if you can do that, or if you don't get magazines, in your mail you get all kinds of ads that you can cut out. I could cut out this avocado. All of these were in my mailbox this week. So I saved them, and you can cut those out if you don't have magazines. So don't worry. And let's say you don't have any of this. You can draw your own, because that's what I would do if I didn't have things. Now, today we're going to be making a frame to make our own stained glass. Pretend. Another word for pretend in art is called faux. Say that to me, faux. It's kind of a fancy word for pretend. We're going to make a pretend stained glass window. Let me show you the frame I made for myself. These are the materials you're going to need, and I'm telling you today, so maybe tonight you can look around and see if you have these things. If not, don't worry, because you can make it another time, because I'll show you the directions. Here's a little piece of waxed paper. I'm going to hold it out to the side so you can see. You can't really see through it, because it's covered with wax. And the kind of paper you can use to glue our tissue paper. Remember we used this kind of paper when we made our piñata? And this I'm going to be using for my stem, for my pumpkin. I also have all the warm colors. I have red, I have orange, I have a light orange, I have yellow, I have a medium-sized orange. So all of these papers I chose because they are warm colors and they're also the colors of pumpkins. So I'm saving that for tomorrow. But today I wanted to show you the frame I made. Because once this paper is covered with all of that colored tissue paper, we're going to make a frame for it. So maybe I'll make a frame that's made out of rectangles and just make it this big. I could use my scissors, but today I'm just going to tear it like this. I'll use my glue stick to put a little glue on the corner. Now, if you want a rectangle one, that will work perfect for you. But if you want to make one that like I am going to make, I will show you how I did it. So I will just make it on the edge of my paper and continue making my frame because I want to show you the one I make that is a shape. So let me set this aside and show you what, oh, remember to put your lid on, Mrs. Readwright. Set this over here, get your pieces together, because I started out with just a black piece of paper. And when I folded it in half, I cut from the fold around, you can just make a circle. And when you open it up, it makes a shape like this. Do you know what shape it is? I tried to make it look like a pumpkin. And I think you will see when I do the colored paper, it will make a pumpkin shape around my faux stained glass. Let me set these things over here so I can remind you again what to bring and sing our goodbye song. It's already time to say goodbye. Now is the time to say goodbye. My, how fast the time did fly. Our day is done, so we must say goodbye, goodbye for today. So boys and girls, remember, tomorrow bring colored tissue paper, bring your waxed paper, you'll need a pair of scissors, and remember, start collecting magazine fruits and vegetables. We will use those on Wednesday because I'm going to show you one of the faces of Archimboldo, how he made his faces out of fruits and vegetables. You're going to be so surprised about the things we can make using fruits and vegetables. And that's kind of the reason I brought the onion, because you'll see he has a big onion for a cheek on one of these. You're going to be surprised at his art. I don't think you'll think he's making fun of other artists. I think you're going to think he's making a fun art print. I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.
Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and